Happy 2020, y'all. So every year at the beginning of the year, it is a great time to reflect. It's time to express gratitude and a good time to set a goal to be the best versions of ourselves. So I am popping in your ears today to encourage you to get your life insurance policy updated or to get a new life insurance policy in place. So what is life insurance? Life insurance is a tax-free lump sum payment that goes to your loved ones in the event of your death. So think of it as a financial safety net for your family if you're no longer around to bring home a paycheck. So here are two simple steps that you can handle right at this moment. Because if you're anything like me and don't get it done right now, it ain't happening, honey. Okay. Plus, the longer that you wait to get a good policy in place, the more expensive the policy will be as prices increase 8 to 10% every year you age. The first thing that I want you to do is find a policy that isn't going to break the bank. So I encourage you to go through an insurance brokerage company like Policy Genius. They have competitive rates and you can get a quote in a matter of minutes. And you guys, once you get a quote, you don't have to worry about people calling your phone, blowing you up, asking you for policies. They don't share your information. Everything stays in-house. So Policy Genius is committed to being your one-stop shop for life insurance. And that means showing you quotes that you can trust. They're so confident that they can find you the best rates that if you find a lower price for the same life insurance coverage, they'll actually give you $100. All right. So step number one, go to Policy Genius and get a quote right now. Step number two, when you get that quote, make sure that you get 10 to 12 times your income and coverage. So the goal is to leave your family and loved ones in a comfortable position. So if you make $100,000 a year, you should have at least $1 million policy. All right. And also in looking at your coverage, you want to make sure that you have term life insurance for 15 to 20 years. So you want to choose a 15 to 20 year term. What you choose in between those periods will depend on how much time you need to have your assets aligned to the point to where your dependents and beneficiaries can live comfortably. So ideally in this time frame, your house should be paid off and your savings and investments can be used to replace your earnings. So any minors that you're protecting your assets for should then be adults at that point and should no longer be dependent on you. And the other thing I want you to keep in mind when you're looking, they're going to give you a whole list of companies to choose from. Choose the cheapest one. Every insurer that Policy Genius carries are reputable and offer exceptional financial stability. So why pay more for the same coverage? Okay, now that you've got those steps in place, here are some things that you should know when it comes to life insurance, okay? The life insurance at your job is not enough, okay? Though you may have enough to cover basic funeral costs, the goal for life insurance is to not set your family back financially. So you easily need at least 10 times what your employer is providing. So oftentimes, workplace life insurance coverage is importable, meaning that you cannot take that coverage with you if you leave that job. All right. So it doesn't follow you when you switch jobs. So this can leave gaps in the coverage at times when you need it most. Okay. I would say 99% of my audience do not need whole life policies. So whole life policies are also known as cash value policies. These are more expensive, like many times over, sometimes 20 times over. And I know that this may surprise you because it's often oversold to nurses, to people of lower economic status, to Black and minority communities as something that wealthy people use as a wealth building tool. So while these products do have a place in the market, and you would look at that if you do have a special needs kid, or if you've exhausted all of your pre-tax benefits, this is something that you can use. But chances are that the majority of you guys won't benefit from this policy. So the good news is that when you get a term policy in place, you can cancel your whole life policy and use some of that cash value that you get back to go towards your debt elimination or investing goals. So why should you comparison shop for insurance? Okay, so the same policy can vary in price from insurer to insurer by an average of $133 a month. That's major, you guys. So choosing the wrong life insurance company can cost you over $47,000 over the course of a 30-year policy. And that's almost $50,000. I know I could do a lot with that in 30 years. So I pay less than $60 a month for my $2 million in coverage. How much are you guys paying? All right. So regardless of who you choose to go through for your coverage, please make sure that you get an insurance policy in place as soon as possible for your family. Okay. This is a great way to get a quick financial win to start the new year off right. All right, get your policy in place today.